All right. Hey, everyone. This is Demise, and I'm going to be trying something new today. So as you can see on the screen, I've got a bit of a, I guess, PowerPoint, or I guess a couple of things that I want to just kind of get off my chest and really start theory crafting, I suppose. I'm hoping that this will help. This will get a positive reaction because I've done a practice run, and it was quite interesting to, let my thoughts run free. So I guess we'll just have to see. So today I'm going to be talking about strategies and mindsets. So what do I mean by that? Well, basically what's going on is I've noticed, and this happens literally everywhere, not even in Crawl too, in other games, but a lot of people who haven't found success in their game, they tend to adopt these certain mindsets that I just want to point out and make sure that they're avoided, essentially. So the first real thing that I want to talk about is, I suppose, the mindset that I could have won if I tried. I suppose this one is pretty important. I suppose I don't know. It might be applicable to you. It might not be, but just think about it. There are people there would say I could win crawl, but I really couldn't be bothered. I am too busy doing X thing. I'm too busy doing X challenge, Y challenge, whatever. I play stupid stuff. I do all this stuff. Blah 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 blah. Look, maybe that's your thing for crawl, but I'd like to see if you're one of those people, and there's no shame in being one of those people. It's obvious that this is the case. Like, who's calling you out for it? Not me. Um, I just want to say, have a go at winning first. Yeah, let's win first, and then you can do the stupid stuff. Not because you're baseless. I'm not saying that your way of playing is bad. I'm not saying that your wish to play the game in that way is baseless and useless. I'm saying win first, see if you like it. Because playing like that is not. It only gets you so much out of the game. Anyway, let's move on. So there's one thing that has bugged me. It's playstyle. There are a couple of people, and I don't know who they are because I don't look at names, and they come from all over the world. They come from the channel. They come from Reddit, Tavern. Um, they come from even my friends who play the game when I introduce it to them, and they say, "This is just my play style. This is just the way I play." Uh, what does that mean? Well, I have no idea. What it does mean is that it provides a mental way out, I suppose. And that's not good for winning, obviously. That's not good for reaching your potential in the game. Thinking about a playstyle, I suppose, and saying that you need to improve on this detracts from the main message of the main reason why you aren't winning or finding success. You need to remove the mistakes that you make in your play before you can argue that your playstyle is valid, essentially. For example, a lot of people argue that I play too fast, that I play too aggressively, and I could say that's my playstyle. Now, I probably am justified in arguing that it is my playstyle because I'm at a level where, and I know it sounds like it's bragging because it probably is, it can be taken that way, but I'm at a level where my decision to play quickly gives me a payoff compared to not playing quickly, I suppose, right? So let's compare myself to, say, let's compare myself to ZXC, who says that he is comparable to Elliptic. So Z plays slowly. I play quickly. He wins a lot, and he wins not very often, but he wins consecutively. He's got the highest currently active win streak in the game online, and I do not. I do not streak, but I play quickly, and I die. Now, you could say, oh, well, he's playing too aggressively. But then you look at the payoff, and it's slightly different. The main difference in playstyle here is that I play quickly, and I achieve a huge volume of wins, and Z plays slowly, and he plays a lot of consistent wins. And that really just depends on who or what you're trying to look for, who you're trying to impress, what are you trying to, which audience, I suppose, are you trying to wow with your playstyle? When I use playstyle in quotations as on the screen because it's quite a hard thing to put down on paper. But you could argue that I simply value my number of wins more than I value my win rate. And Z values his win rate, and he values the length of his wins. That's a playstyle. Okay? What's not a playstyle is, I suppose, saying that I do this too much, I do that too much, because it doesn't give you a play style. It doesn't give you a payoff. That's the most important part. I'm trying to take this slowly because I don't know exactly how I should phrase this. But the main gist is that if you play and you die a lot and you don't see anything for it, don't adopt the mindset that this is how the game works, because it's not. There are people that play faster than you, more mindlessly than you, but still win. You have to question why that's the case. And in that regard, I want to bring us to our next point. Tactics. Tactics is the difference between incomplete play and a play style. If you have good tactics, and what I mean by tactics is your ability to adapt to a situation, your ability to resolve a problem that's in the game, and this doesn't necessarily mean crawl. Again, this is quite wide-reaching. It does relate to every other game. I'm thinking mostly of StarCraft, and Hearthstone even, but could rely on a whole number of things. But if you have good tactics, you have the choice to play a play style. You could play quickly, you could play slowly, you could play fast, as in like you could play in the turns, you could play a certain style that you really enjoy, you could do all this stuff. But without the underlying fundamentals, you don't have a play style. Picture it like this. Say, for example, you play, I don't know, StarCraft. We'll use the example because it's the one that I just thought of. A silver player or a bronze player, so one of the lower leagues, will argue that their play style is this, is a certain build, it's a certain race, it's a certain tactic, right? And they'll apply it, and they'll lose. And they'll say, well, it's just my play style. It's just the way I play. Well, the problem with that is that maybe a guy in Platinum, or in Grandmaster or Master League, they'll do the exact same strategy, but better. And you have to ask yourself, why is that? It's because there's an incompleteness in the lower level play, and the guy who's playing it at the higher level can still do the same things that you do, but there are these little things that just change that you don't really see necessarily. And these things are the things that really separate you from having a play style. You can't exactly forge a play style in Crawl particularly because, well, the game dictates certain things, right? Okay. Let me try to backpedal a little bit. I know this is going to sound a little bit confusing. I apologize. I haven't really gotten used to talking in this style yet, so I'm getting a bit of practice. Think of it like this. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is a game where, over the course of the game, if the dungeon decides that you have not played adequately well, you die, and ends the game for you. Think of it like that. Now, playstyle assumes that you can, that provided that you do not screw up, or provided that you pick the specific playstyle, the game will always allow you to win so far as you play well, right? So people who are arguing that they have a playstyle, or people in fact who have the mindset, I suppose, that the game is just the way it is, they just aren't playing well enough to provide a win. I suppose that's sounds a bit rough, sounds a bit harsh, and look, to be fair, it is, but Crawl is a harsh game. Crawl does not forgive you when you die, and that's the nature of roguelikes. So, well, pretty much that's it. If you die, you died because you played poorly. If you win as much as you die, then maybe you could argue that it's your playstyle. But if you die only, and you only win like once in a while, or you only win like a tiny amount of the times that you play comparatively, then maybe it's a time to question if it is really a play style or if it's just a mindset you've adopted to, I guess, allow yourself to lose more. I know it sounds rough, but I'll flesh it out a bit better. You guys can comment me with, I guess, any arguments or any things you think that, any weaknesses in my argument that you think are relevant. And I'd like to hear it because, well, frankly, it's a topic that I've been thinking about since I started playing the game. I always thought that there was a play style. I thought that my play style was playing really good, playing really crap, really fast, right? And I stuck with it, yeah, that's true. I did stick with it, and it got me to where I am now. I play quickly, I win a lot, but I also lose a lot. And some could argue that that's still impressive. I think it's impressive, at least to myself. I think I'm happy with the way that I play. Arguably, I die more than I wish, but that's where the improvement comes in. That's where the playstyle is still not good enough. If my playstyle was play really fast and I still won 100% of the time, that's the perfection, I guess, of the playstyle. But, that's a bit of jargon. So, what can I and you do to improve our playstyles? And in fact, to, I suppose, lose the idea of a playstyle. Lose the idea that we're, I guess, playing one way, or the game sorts itself out, and we're a player, we don't have that much control. So on the left, I have one thing: if you play too fast, auto fight stop. This is an init file thing, so it's a settings option for Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. You put it in, and it stops your tabbing. Your tabbing doesn't work after 60%. It just cuts it off, so you can no longer tab. That could slow you down. That could make you win a little bit better. Another thing you could do is focus on your tactics, and this brings me to the right side. That's my profile picture. If you want to improve your playstyle, or whatever you want to call it, your strategy, then simply perhaps watch something like me or ZXC's games on YouTube, spectate players, and really just watch what we do. A good way to learn is to just watch and, I guess, follow my example. Obviously, you could, in fact, if you were so inclined, you could slow my videos down to half, mute me, and just simply look at the situations that are unfolding and see how I approach them. See if you can make a better one. If you do that long enough, you'll have a database, a collection of ideas, knowledge that you could, I suppose, utilize to really, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but when I play the game, at least from my perspective, when I see a situation, I already know how to resolve it, right? If you die a lot, that means you probably didn't see the situation as threatening and you didn't realize you had to resolve it. And that's not really a playstyle, like I said. Mindless tabbing is not the playstyle. It's just not knowing what to do. So the best way to do it is either stop and think, or learn how to deal with it while playing as quickly as you do. So that really just boxes in all the playstyles that I really wanted to talk about. We'll probably do a couple more of these videos. So there you go. If you want to improve, this is the best two ways to do it, I suppose. Focus on your tactics, focus on your own game, or watch my games, or watch ZXC's games, watch pro players' games, watch anyone who's got 100 wins, for example. Try to watch what they do, see what they do, learn from them. Right? Okay. So that about wraps it up for today. And I'm just going to have a quick, brief confession, I suppose, to make. So these videos are experimental. I'm not expecting them to be great right off the bat. I really want to practice these. But I feel like this style of delivery could be really useful for tutorials, for like concepts that I want to drill in, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to probably be doing them more often, and you'll see more of these, and I really do want some feedback. I know a lot of the time I receive feedback, I feel really contrary. Like, I feel like I give off the impression that I don't accept feedback. I know that's the case. It's simply because of who I am as a person. I apologize in advance. But in all honesty, I do want something to happen with this project. I really do want more of these videos to come out until the point comes where I've discussed Crawl and someone could come and watch and really just see, I suppose, what Crawl's all about, and all the specific topics of Crawl and all these cool things that I could craft about. So that's kind of my aim for this video and for the future videos. So I'd like to see where this goes. There's going to be a whole variety of stuff. Sometimes I might even have people with me, but it feels interesting to me, and I think that condensing some of this information into straight up videos rather than having them spread out through hundreds of games of playthroughs is a little bit more efficient. So yeah, let me know what you think, and that's about it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.